Hey, today we're going to be arranging a song in 3/4 meter, and this is the beautiful hymn called Be Thou My Vision. Now, usually I do songs in 4/4, but today we're doing one in 3/4 because we need to learn, have a wide variety of songs and skill sets so we can arrange any song that we want. And you can take these skills and apply them to your favorite songs as well. But first, let me just play you what this arrangement sounds like in E major, fingerstyle guitar, open position. This is how it goes. So open position refers to using open chords. Open chords refer to using open strings, and that gives us this very nice full sound where the strings are just ringing over each other. Now, I'm also going to show you how we can arrange this in closed position where we are doing the opposite. We're using lots of fretted notes, and that gives us a lot more control, and we can play in a higher octave like this. Alright, so I've got a lot more control in terms of the actual melodic notes in closed position and open position. Now, in order to arrange in these two positions, right, or in any key, in any position that you want, you need to first break down the music to what it is made of, alright? It's not about which position to play, what frets to press, but it's about understanding the music. The core of any song is the melody first. So let's touch on the melody, alright? Melody refers to, if you're not aware, is notes arranged linearly, alright, as opposed to vertically, where this is notes arranged vertically, where notes are sounding over one another. But for melodies, you have notes arranged one after the other. Alright, so that's the difference between melody and harmony. Now, if you sing any song, be it Happy Birthday, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, it's going to be a melody. You can't really sing a harmony. There are ways. There's some people who can create more than one note with their voice, but we're not going there, okay? So first, let me sing you this song so that you can hear the melody of Be Thou My Vision without it being sounded on the guitar. You can hear it sounded in my voice, and then after that, we're going to show you how I can translate it onto the guitar in your own fingerstyle arrangement. But this is the song, verse number 1, like this. Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart, not be all else to me, save that thou art, thou my best thought by day or by night, waking or sleep in thy presence, my life. Now that's the melody. Now, in order for us to be able to play it on guitar, we need to know what are these notes. And what we do here is that we need to sing it in solfege. Now, solfege is a system where we attach a sung syllable to every note in the scale. So, if our major scale just has these 7 notes, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. It's a lot easier to hear a melody in do, re, do, la, so than it is if we sing the actual notes, right? Like E, F sharp E, C sharp, B, right? That's so unintuitive. You're not going to hear that naturally in your heads because it's not musical. But when we sing it in solfege, it sounds actually musical. We could sing a song like this, right? Do, do, re, do, la, so, la, do, re, mi. We can make it musical. And that's the idea, because once it sounds, musical, we can immediately hear it in our heads and then translate it onto what the actual notes are within the scale. So, like what I've just sung is the starting of the hymn, and it sounds with these solfege syllables. Do, do, re, do, la, so. And then we've got to practice our scale positions like this. This is the E major scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. And then once we hear do, do, re, do, la, so, we can get it there by playing just the scale position. Do, do, re, do, la, so, la, do, re, mi. Alright? So you might be wondering, how do I know how to play these chords? And how do I know how to play these scales? Well, I've got prepared some guides that are completely free for you to download, right? I've got the chord harmony guide, the scale melody guide, and the solfege musicianship guide with all the solfege syllables that you need to follow along with this lesson and arrange your songs, own your own songs on Fingerstyle guitar. So you can download them for free. It's completely free on my website. I've said that like 10 times, but yeah, it's free. All right, so you can go download it. Right, I've designed it such that you can take these guys to follow along with this video and with all the other videos in this series. Okay, now I'm gonna sing you the melody in solfege instead this time. Right, so this is how it goes. Do, do, re, do, la, so, la, do, re, mi. Re, 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 mi, so, la, so, mi, so. La, ti, la, so, mi, do, mi, so, do, ti, la, so, la, do, mi, so, la, so, mi, do, mi, re, do, la, do. Now that we've got that, now you just need to play that melody, right? I can play that melody on the guitar because I know my scale positions and I know which notes are in which fret that I need to press, right? That just needs a lot of practice. But now that we've got the melody down, we just need to add in the harmony. Now the harmony, the chords are on the screen, right? But before you just add in the full chord, I want you to just focus on getting the bass, because sometimes you can't play the full chord when you're trying to play the melody at the same time. That's the challenge of fingerstyle guitar, but it's also the fun of it. Alright, playing harmony and melody at the same time. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to focus on playing the basses along with the melody like this. Correct, so if you notice here, I'm starting off with the E bass and the melody is up here. Do, do, re, do, la, so. Right, but on this la, so, it's supposed to be a C sharp minor chord. Now the bass is the same note as the melody. So in this case, I'm not even going to play a chord. Right, the melody includes the bass note and includes the harmony in it, so it's okay. I can have a thin texture with just one note for a short while, not the whole song, and it still sound fine like this. So if you notice, for that short little phrase, there was only a bass note, which was the melody in itself. And that's okay, as long as you are very intentional about it. It won't sound too sparse. So then moving on, I'm going to continue the song, and notice how I'm just emphasizing the bass notes for every chord, like this. Bass, bass, bass. And then I'm just going to fill in the texture with a few extra notes in here. Right, notice here I've just got the melody and the bass note. That's it, just two notes, bass and melody, and it's fine. Now I'm changing the bass here. Now for this one, because the melody is way up here, I can get a lot more notes in the chord, and it fills up the texture a little bit more. So we've got some parts that have got thin texture, a few notes, one note, two notes, and some parts where I've got 4 notes, 5 notes, and that gives us variation in our arrangement, right? And these create some interest, right? Rather than having the whole piece with sounding the same style, right? We've got some difference and some variation in there. Notice here, For this note, the melody is up here, but the bass is down here. I just played bass and melody, that's all. Same here, just the bass and the melody, and it's fine. Here I've got a few more notes. This one, I'm not even playing the chord at all, right? The melody is here. The bass note is below the melody, but I'm not even playing the bass note, and it's okay, right? Just for a short while, I'm just making the melody be a lot more prominent than the harmony, and that's actually important. You can't have the harmony more prominent than the melody, because remember, melody is the most important, because if you want to have this song, if you want to sing this song or play this song in a way that people know that it is Be Thou My Vision, you just need the melody. You don't need the harmony. If you just have the chords, nobody at first listens is going to know that's Be Thou My Vision. But if you play this, people who know the song would know, yeah, that's Be Thou My Vision. Alright? So I hope that you enjoyed seeing the process that I used to arrange this piece. And I want to show you the magic that goes behind this process, because now I talked about closed position. Now, if I don't want to play it in an open position, I just want to move it all the way up here. I do the exact same thing. I just need the scale in a different position. Remember, the guides have all the positions that you need. So here it is. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. So I can play the same song up here. I can play it in a high octave. Do, do, re, do, la, so, la, do, re, mi, re, do, re, and so on and so forth. Okay, it's pretty high. And then I just need to find all those chords up here in this position. It's the same chords, but it's in a different position, all right? And this is how it will sound like in closed position. Just a little bit. I'll play it first in open position, then to closed position, an octave difference, and you can hear the difference. But you can see that it's the same melody, essentially. Now the same phrase in closed position. And because it's in closed position, I can do all kinds of articulations on the notes that make me have a lot more control over the music that I'm playing. Right now, last thing that we can do with this is that we can transpose it to any key that we want. And before we get there, I just want to help all of you, because this is a YouTube video, right? I'm showing you how I apply all of the scales and the chords and the rhythms and the solfege and our ear training to actually just making your own fingerstyle arrangements and being a musician. But for me to actually teach you how to learn the skills and practice the skills, that takes hours and hours and hours of video material, right? That just doesn't really work for YouTube, which is why I've designed a course that you can go and get all of this, right? I actually practice with you to the metronome, and I show you what are all the materials that you need to arrange songs like I'm doing here today and that like you are learning. Alright, so if you want, you can go check out the Fingerstyle for the World guitar course. The links are all in the description below. And if you have any questions, just feel free to leave a comment in the video and I'll try my best to answer them. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how we can arrange this song in a different key. We can transpose it. So we've got it in the key of E major. Let's say we want to play it in the key of G major. Same principle, right? We're just changing the key, but now our tonic note is here. And then we're just using the same solfege syllables but in a different pitch. So we've got do, do, re, do, la, so. And because we've got a G major scale like this, we've got do, do, re, do, la, so, la, do, do, re, mi, re, 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 mi, so, la, so, mi, so, so. And then we just need to transpose the chords, and now you can play it using the exact same principle like this. that's in G major. Now I'm gonna follow through all the most important keys, which are our caged keys, C, A, G, E, D, but in ascending order of pitch. So we've done E, we've done G. Now I'll show you how we can do this in A major, like this. Now we're going to cover all 5 keys. Let me know which one is your favorite, alright? They do have a different character to them because of the chord voicings. They're kind of different, right? It's the same song, but it's different. So now we're A, we're going to C major, alright? I wonder what it'll sound like in C major. Let's take a look. So we've got our C major scale. Now let's play. Alright, now the last one in D major. This will be higher, alright, and I think it will sound pretty nice and bright. Let's take a look. That's it in D major. Now you notice that I was going pretty high up the frets, and that's because the melody is that high. So you have no choice. You have to go up there, and then you have to kind of play it in closed position. So that's kind of like a mix between open and closed position. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful for you. And if you want to listen to me do 10 levels of fingerstyle guitar on this hymn, then stay tuned. I'll be launching that video on Wednesday. I choked a little bit. And on Friday, I'm going to be doing a full performance of this song, like how I would be normally performing, and I'm going to be using this little pan flute over here on the melody. So anyway, enjoy this video, and enjoy the coming videos, and until next time, I'll see you again. Goodbye.